While many teenagers spend their free time on the social media or engage in video games, a 14-year-old Nigerian is quietly writing her name in the world of literary icons. This young author, whose extraordinary journey began at just 8 years old, can simply be described as inspiring. Intrigued by her story, correspondents steps out to bring back the story.
I have already published 2 books, and I am currently working on 15 other manuscripts which focus on moral lessons, culture, and social values.
Meet Chinenye Precious Oune, an SS2 student of the Federal Government College Ikadakpene, whose story highlights the rewards of discipline, hard work, and making productive use of time. Armed with imagination, discipline, and uncommon passion for knowledge, Chinenye started writing stories inspired by real-life experiences. She recently presented 2 of her books to the public, and this was what attracted the attention of NTA Newsline. Our curiosity to know led us to the ancient city of Ikadakpene, where we met Chinenye at the Federal Government College. Chinenye has already written 17 books, with 2 officially presented to the public, an achievement that many adults only dream or dare to tread.
I was inspired by the things I observed around me. Children and teenagers who struggled with attitude, lack of discipline, or entitlement, as well as the way parents and society respond to them. I also drew inspiration from my desire to use storytelling as a tool to inspire and educate young people.
For the school authorities and Chinenye's caregivers, she is not just writing books for Nigeria's next generation. She is writing a future worth emulating.
You never see her roam about like other students. You always see her seated in her seat, doing work in order, whether they are a teacher or no teacher. You see her with a book.
So I discovered her talent when we did the inter-class debates. And I saw some features in her that she could write, she could speak, she could stand out.
She came closer to me that she wants to publish a book. I said, Chinenye, you? She said, yes. I said, how manage? How comes? She said she has passion for writing books. So she brought the topic. I saw Spoiled Child. I said, wow.
When I read the work and life of a palm wine tapper, I was thrilled by her creativity to be able to study the life of a common man and bring out meaning.
Starting from SS1, she started writing novels and she started using my name, classmates' names. Everybody thought she was just joking.
A native of Akriko Kundoki, Ukwa East local government area of Abia State, and the only female in the family of 3, Chinenye stays awake reading, reflecting, and transforming ideas into compelling fiction.
Each time the palm wine tapper will come, Chinenye will be following the palm wine tapper as small as 6 years.
Whether with light, with touch, phone touch, Chinenye will be writing. Sometimes I even tore the book until we realize that this is her talent and it has come to stay.
I feel so happy and I'm excited for what God has done. At least He kept me to witness this great day.
Just on her own, like writing her storybook, she didn't allow me to even look inside.
As children and young people navigate an increasingly distracting digital world, Chinenye Oune stands as proof that passion, determination, and a love for learning can open doors to limitless possibilities. Clement Barikui, NTA News. All right, and joining me live in the studio is Chinenye Oune that will be talking more about the books that she has written. And I'm sure you've have a little glimpse into what this little, brief conversation is going to center on. And Chinenye, good to have you in the studios today.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we are talking about your books today, and we know that you've written a whole lot of them. By the time we get into details about that, we'll let our audience know. But first, the issue of writing, how did it come? The writing experience, how did you get it?
My journey into writing started from my desire of reading and telling stories.
Okay, our viewers would love to hear you more. So can you project to the camera, to the microphone, so that people can, learn something from you?
Okay, my journey into writing started from my desire of reading and telling stories. I had always enjoyed putting my thoughts and ideas into writing. At first, I did not know that writing would be such an important part of my life. I was simply writing because I enjoyed it. As I continued writing, I discovered that I could use my story to teach, inspire, and communicate important message to other young people. That was when I began to take writing more seriously and realized that I wanted to become a writer.
Okay, so from what you said, you were just writing. You didn't know that you would get to this point.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so and then recently you've published 2 books.
Yes.
Tell us about these 2 books. I know that you still have more in the kitty, but let's just know about these 2 books. What inspired you to write these 2 books?
Okay, the 2 books are The Spoiled Child and The Work and Life of a Palm Tapper. The motivation behind The Spoiled Child is the things I observed around me, children and teenagers who struggled with attitude, lack of discipline, or entitlement, as well as the way parents and society respond to them. For The Work and Life of a Palm Tapper, I was motivated by the way palm tappers are often looked down on or not given respect in some communities despite their essential role. For me, writing is not just about publishing books. I want my books to teach, inspire, and educate young people.
Wow, that's interesting. You want your books to inspire and educate young people. And I'm very sure that those of them that are, watching you right now will be truly inspired. But there is no work that does not come with challenges. In the course of writing, particularly these 2 books that are already in public, were there challenges that you face? And we would love to hear some of them.
Yes, there were challenges. Sometimes I had ideas but found it difficult in putting them into the right words. And there was a time when schoolwork and other responsibilities made it difficult to give enough time to writing. Another challenge was to improve my writing and accept correction.
Okay. So those are the challenges that you had. How were you able to, to overcome them? And then we're talking about the ways that you were able to overcome them. Let's also use this opportunity, for you to acknowledge some of the people that also help you, to overcome these challenges. Were there some of them, and then how did you overcome those challenges?
I overcame these challenges by being patient with myself and continuing to write and learn from correction. I would sincerely appreciate my parents and family members for their love, encouragement, and support throughout my writing journeys. I would also appreciate my principal, Mr. Didigu Imanwe, for the opportunity he gave to me to launch my book in my school, and for also making me to be the school library prefect. The support means a lot to me and will further encourage my passion for learning and writing. I also want to appreciate my teachers and classmates for also encouraging me never to look down on myself.
Okay. So that means you get a whole lot of support from the family, and then from the school, and then from your friends around you. And because I'm very sure if those supports were not there, possibly you may not have gotten to the to the level you are right now. Okay, so let's look at your remaining books. From the report that we've just watched, you have other books.
Yes.
And that you are still working on. How many are they, and how soon are we expecting those books to be out?
I have written 17 manuscripts. 2 have already been published. The remaining 15 will be published and ready as soon as possible. With small support, I believe I can reach more readers and become a globally recognized author.
Wow. And that's definitely going to come. So you have 15 waiting. So what is keeping them? Why are they not yet out for now? And then how are you going to publish them? The first publication you've just done, we had 2. So the next one, are you expecting to have bring out like 2 or 3, or you are going to publish the entire 15 at a blow?
If possible, I can publish the entire 15.
Wow. If possible, you can get the entire 15.
Yes.
And that will require the support of well-meaning Nigerians and those who are interested, particularly, in literature. So Chinenye is ready to get the remaining 15 manuscripts out, provided that support comes, right?
Yes.
Okay. So apart from writing, now we know that you can write. You can write very well. You are still in school. Your students at this stage, people may just say, okay, since you are into writing, possibly you are going to end up as author, coming out with different books. So apart from writing, what is your area of where are you heading to after your secondary education?
Apart from writing, I aspire to be a human rights lawyer. I have interest in justice, fairness, and the rights of people, especially children and young people. I also desire to become a young author, a globally recognized author, like I said earlier, and also want my books to teach and inspire young children. Okay, so Chinenye want to be a lawyer after the secondary education. So have you sat down any time and then you look at a particular lawyer in Nigeria and then you say, this person is my role model. I would like to, emulate some of the qualities of this person after school? Yes, do you have any lawyer in mind in Nigeria that you would love to be like, when you want to go to school, when you are done? No, I do not have any lawyer here in Nigeria, but at least I know those outside country. Okay. That always inspire me to do more. Okay. All right. So that means you also need to look, inwards so that you can also look at some lawyers that are into human rights issues. Just as you say, you want to go into human rights. So yes, possibly also look at some of our lawyers in Nigeria that are into human rights, so that you can also pattern your life after them. Yes. So before we let you go, your final words to other teenagers, other young people like you. What is your message to them? What is your advice to them? How would you love to see them? My advice to other teenagers is do not be afraid to start small. Keep learning, because your little beginning today can become a great achievement tomorrow. Wow, what a wonderful message. Don't be afraid of starting little, starting small. That is the message from Chinenye, to you and to all of us. So Chinenye, thank you so much for sparing your time to be here this evening. And then we hope to see more of your books. Thank you, sir. All right. So the news will continue shortly after this break. Stay with us.